We are in Desolation Point. We're well fed, but staying that way, that is a very not edible can of dog food, by the way, while we make some tools in the neighboring shipwreck is going to be a challenge, to put it mildly, and we still don't have a bedroll. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our brand new Last Misery series. So as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, am going to try to get a fire going here.
Come on, little fire.
And if we can get the fire going... Okay. First try.
Yeah. That's a good one.
We're going to go ahead and get some cooking going. I cannot wait for them to add this thing to the radial. Surprises me that it still is not. Alright, we cannot make bannocks on account of having low cooking skill. So for those of you who are excited about me making those, let's not get too excited. But I can make more porridge. So let's work on that. That does, of course, take additional time. So I'll need to be mindful of that. And while I am mindful of that, tell you what, let's have a look around here. Because I do need to find some additional wood for this fire. And I bet if I look closely, I can probably find some pieces of reclaimed wood that I haven't picked up yet that don't require me to actually break anything up. Alright, so we've checked that container. That battery would be nice for some lead, but we're really not at a point where I need to worry too much about that. Truth be told, unless we accidentally find a firearm that shouldn't be in this mode, we won't have to worry about it at all. But we're just not at a point where I'm going to think about it too hard. So we're not going to touch the batteries for the time being. Let's see. Alright, 1 hour till burned. Let's go ahead and...
Think about his food.
I know, that's why you're eating that porridge that we just made. Okay. So we have 1 hour and 43 minutes. I really, really, really need some wood. So how long do we have? 21 minutes. Okay, breaking this thing up will take 45. Yeah, we can do that. Now we can eat that. It's going to be a challenge because calorie consumption on this particular difficulty is... it's a lot. It's a heck of a lot. Alright, so it looks like I actually can't make any more... Oh, I'm out of water. Of course I am. Of course I am. So let's go ahead and start making water. And then we'll add some additional reclaimed wood since we just got more. Now, 44 minutes till that's ready. That gives me an opportunity to... come over here. Now, there's a possibility of there being some things back here. It's going to take 1 hour and 8 minutes to break this down. Yep, let's eat that potato. And then we can repeat. The fire is getting longer, which is nice. Alright, I am out of things that I can cook for food. I mean, I have canned stuff. I haven't found a can opener here, unfortunately, so that's really annoying. But once this water is done, then I'll be able to do more with that. Is there any way to get the numbers to cooperate there? No, there's not. Okay, not that it matters. Alright, so 39 minutes. I think I can go ahead and grab another torch and do what I just did one more time. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here because I can eventually make my way back into this little corner. Every now and then there's some loot back here. Oh, you didn't make me do that last time. I guess because the sun was still up slightly? That's incredibly rude. Okay. Well, at least that passed the time for the water. What I'd have to do is start a fire out there to get that done at night. That's really quite unfortunate because it would have been nice to do that while we were kind of doing this at the same time. Okay. Now, more porridge, please. Nice. Okay, so I could make some coffee here, which might be handy. Will definitely help with cooking skill. Need to be mindful of just how long the fire is going to take. And also need to be mindful of the fact that that next affliction is a-comin'. It's right around the corner. Don't know exactly how close, but it's not going to take too much longer. So I might make some herbal tea. All right, let's go ahead and cook this porridge. Okay, we will go ahead and drink that, because that rest benefit will remain until I actually sleep. We can take full advantage. I'm going to focus on making coffee for now. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to be able to add too much more to this fire, because there's nothing else to break down around here. Unless, hang on, might be able to break this down. Yeah, there we go. This will work. Coffee, eat the porridge. Should still be more. I did have lots of oats. Oh, nice. Is that cooking too? Not too bad. All right, well, with that, what that means is we can make bannocks now. So that's... I didn't want to say that out loud, but I had a feeling that we might be getting close, given how much we've cooked, and it looks like we are, in fact, able to now make bannocks. So food situation now will be a little bit better, but that could potentially be affected by the first affliction that we get, or I should say the third affliction that we get in this episode or the next one, depending on when it arrives. Okay, let me guess. Once again, out of water. Yep. Unfortunate. And now we only have an hour and 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and add more reclaimed wood. That's going to be done in 22 minutes. Take the torch. Break this down. Thankfully, we do have firelight, technically, because we're in the same room as a fire. Alright, so we can eat these. And I don't have any more water for the time being, but there's that. Yeah, I don't want to actually eat the tomato soup or the pork and beans if I can help it, because I would be sacrificing calories. So I'm going to try to hold on to those as long as I can. I will need to sleep before long, but I'll have a lot of condition sort of recovered, which is nice. Can't complain about that. Any other... Hang on. Let's do this the other way. I glitched out for a second there. Okay, so... nothing else back here. I mean, I can definitely break... Oh, no, just kidding. Can't reach those. I could break the metal shelf down, but it would take 3 hours to break that down. Good God. Yeah, nothing else really here to break down. This might let me do it. Hang on. How long do we have? 8 minutes till melted? Yeah, I could do this. Because I think the light will shine through here. Yep, perfect. But it just didn't count when we were right around the corner, which is rude. There's some more potable water. Let's go ahead and make some more porridge. There's a reason for all this cooking, as I mentioned once already.
I'm getting tired.
There's a pretty good chance that one of the next afflictions, if not the next affliction, will make life considerably harder for me. So, I do need to sleep, though. So that is a thing. Thankfully, the calorimeter is getting more and more full. Again, this is the main benefit of the new cooking mechanics that were added to the Long Dark. there's just so much more that you can cook. You can gain so much more in terms of cooking skill from sitting and cooking different things. You don't just have to cook tea after tea after tea after coffee after tea to level your cooking skill anymore. There's actually a wide variety of recipes and a lot of different foods that you can carry around, which is pretty freaking cool. Okay. I want to make the most of this fire. But I also don't want to sleep for too long. So how much water do I have? 18.64 gallons. That's not accurate. In case you were wondering, I do not have that much water. Let's make a little bit more porridge. So now we're at cooking skill 2. Helps us get a little bit more out of everything we cook. Let's eat these. And if I'm not mistaken, hang on, we should have... Yeah, we have several extra bannocks in our inventory because you cook a couple every single time you do that and you only eat one. We're going to eat this porridge. And let's do just a little bit more. Because it's worth it. We're going to need all the food that we can get to sort of keep ourselves above water in terms of the just survival mechanics while we're making our tools. So that's the focus at the moment. Okay, nothing else to really be done here. Yeah. Fire hardened arrows if I had crow feathers, but I don't have a bow yet. Let's see. Now it's past time. So that one wasn't even fully consumed. Yes, I know this is riveting viewing, but if we don't do this now, there'll be problems later. Alright, so we're officially tired. Hour 46 minutes left. Plenty of bannocks.
So tired.
Yep, I know. Nothing else that I can really do here, apart from waiting for this water, unless I made more water here. Unfortunately. Which I could do. Yeah. 46 minutes left. Let's go ahead and drink this. This will help us for the night. And anything else we can do with this? Yeah, we can make another porridge. Let's do one more. We don't need it at the moment. But the cooking skill is handy. There's potable water there. Make some bannocks, and this will be it. There's more that I can make, but at some point I do have to actually sleep. I'm not too worried about the day-night cycles at the moment because the amount of work that I have to do inside the Riken is actually pretty significant, and I can do all that by the fire. I do have to worry about cabin fever, though, so that could potentially be an issue. Especially without a bedroll. Okay, so that's not completely consumed porridge. We still have more of that elsewhere. Let's pick up the cooking pot. And it looks like we might not actually be able to finish... There we go. Let's add that book to the fire. Also, quick test of something while I'm thinking about it. Let's get rid of the dusting sulfur. I have a bunch of ruined torches that I need to break down, but I want to test... Yep. Well, I'm tired. Okay. I'm fairly certain I can drop all of my training books, which I'll show you why in a second. Let's go ahead and consume those. Grab that. Take a torch from the fire at the last second. Actually, a pretty good torch. And let's go upstairs so we can sleep. This will be very good for condition recovery. It'll be the best position we've been in since the beginning of the series, probably. We have lots of food. Okay, so let's go ahead and consume everything we can water-wise. We're going to go ahead and sleep for First of all, we can put that torch out, because that's actually a nice torch. Dead. There we go. 10 hours. Oh man, do you see the health bar going up? And there's number 3. That's what that sound was. Sorrow. Oh no, rheumatic joints. A painful inflammation has taken hold. You cannot sprint as quickly nor aim a weapon for long before having to lower it. Sprains are more likely. Well, that's a fun one. I've seen this particular affliction, but it's the first time that I've actually encountered it in my gameplay. Testing or otherwise. That is wild. Okay. Interestingly, though, that is not affecting our stomach. So there is another potential affliction coming down the line that could affect our food situation, but that puts me in a better position food-wise, which I'll take. Although, I do think I want to go ahead and sleep. Well, actually, tell you what. Let's go down, since we have some daylight. I want to finish checking out this area down here. If it was worth breaking down anything in this area. Aha! Distress pistol. Backpack. Nothing else. Interesting that I couldn't see this at all from around the corner, because you might have seen me look to see if I could see anything behind the crates, but I think that's our second distress pistol, though. Yeah. Neither of which are actually loaded. Okay, let's also test really quickly. Oh! Oh, did you see that? Okay, so everyone who was, well, there were a few people who were saying, well, you don't need the skill books because you have afflictions. Why would you need skill books? Well, looks like that is not something that you have to worry about in misery mode. That is an interesting turn of events. Okay, we're going to poke our heads out this direction because, first of all, I'm just scanning for any... I don't typically think that any coal is laying around here, but I'm always, you know, I'm keeping an open mind. Where's the door? There's the door. Alright, there could be a bear literally right there. There can be a bear out there, everybody, in case you didn't know. So I was going to check for those flares, but we might have to wait until the bear is a little bit farther away. So what I'm going to do is maybe rest for an hour. We'll go back upstairs. So most of the coal that I have is at the Riken already. I'm just hoping to find a little bit more. Full condition, that's really nice. We just can't sprint in the same way that we are used to being able to sprint now. So that's fun. Also, those windows are looking very green. Okay. Let's see if that bear has wandered off. He has. There could still be other wildlife in the area. We have the key to this box. Those flares might come in handy. Okay. Now, another thing I want to do is head over here, and I want to look through this building one more time. Because when I first came through here, it was quite dark. I was kind of in a hurry. I needed to get inside and recover some condition. Now we're in a slightly better position. I don't have any lantern fuel, which sucks. But I'm going to use... only have 7 matches. I'm going to use one of these marine flares. I hate it, but it's better at this point than consuming a match. Well, that's debatable. I could light a match. Right, I've already searched that. I could light a match and then chain some torches, and that would make it perhaps more worthwhile than the flare. But I could do the same thing with the flare. But this is why I wanted to double check. Because actually being able to see the stuff that's in here and make sure that I haven't overlooked anything super obvious, like a can opener, for instance, is somewhat reassuring. Okay, well, that's that. Question answered. Okay. Let's head back to the Riken. Hopefully dodge any wildlife in the area. Yep, seems pretty clear. I want to be mindful of the amount of time remaining on this torch, but I'm going to head over to this body real quick. What's that? Is that another torch? It is. That's a blessing, because that's probably going to be a pretty 100% condition torch. Okay. Okay.
Did I say I hate being cold?
You had me at hello. So there's that, and because we know we have that now, I'm going to head over this way. I'm glad I made that detour. Usually pretty open here in terms of the presence of like predators. It's not really an area where you worry about bears or wolves around the Riken. Okay. As I said that, I heard a wolf bark in the distance. Alright, so those are... Okay, interesting. There's mountaineering rope there. Okay, hold on. This is a very nice condition torch. I kind of doubt that it will have been worth it to investigate this truck. Oh, just kidding. Memento hint. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Not the best location. But I think I know where that is. I don't know if I'll be going to investigate that or not. I'm going to check back here. I doubt there are going to be any cattails. Nope. Didn't see any. Don't want to waste too much time on this beautiful torch that I found. We're going to head back to the Riken and see about those tools, because now we have everything we need to stay fed, cut up some metal, make some tools, maybe make some arrowheads, but at the very least I want to leave here with a knife and a hatchet. And just generally the ability to defend myself. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is not a lot of sprinting capacity. I am encumbered, so that's not helping. Okay, here's the Riken. We're pretty tired, unfortunately. The torch still has plenty of time on it, so I'll probably start the fire with it and then put it out. There's really no sense keeping this torch burning. Just double checking to make sure that I've Not overlooked anything super obvious in here. Because there are some key items, like a can opener, that I could really benefit from having. I would think that if I missed a very obvious one, I would have heard about it in the comments, but I try not to rely on that over much. Okay, there's the other training manuals. Lots of sticks.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, perfect. So with that, what we need to do... Oh, wait. Got another piece of coal under the... Interesting. I'm glad I clicked when I saw that. Oh, nice. There's some more cloth. That'll come in handy. Alright, so let's start the fire using the lit torch, cattail head, lamp oil. Where did I find lamp oil? That seems wrong. I don't think I actually have lamp oil. That might be a glitch, because... Okay, hold on. I might have picked up lamp oil without realizing I did. Or maybe I picked it up last episode and forgot about it. But for now, let's just go ahead and get a fire going with a stick. This torch will last plenty long if I have a few failures. It's not the end of the world. Seriously, the 100% torch was a good find. Best thing to happen this episode so far.
Come on.
Yeah, there we go. Of course. Gonna make me work for it. %60 start chance.
Perfect.
Okay. So first of all, let's put this torch out, because we don't need it at the moment. Now, I want to get this fire as hot as I possibly can. Prior to adding any coal. So we're going to take a second to harvest. I do have some lantern oil. That's interesting. I completely forgot about that somehow. Might have just picked it up towards the end of the episode, so I wasn't too concerned about it since I was indoors. But I'm still glad I found that torch. Also, I'm still processing the fact that I can in fact use my training manuals. Because someone had commented on that, I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good point. Why would I be carrying around training manuals? They're clearly not going to be usable. Surprise! They are. Misery afflictions do not prevent you from using training manuals. So that is a feather in our collective cap, so to speak. Alright, so let's now add these 5 sticks. Yeah, this should be more than enough coal. I just want to conserve this as much as I can in the off chance that I'm not able to do everything with this fire that I need to. Because I still haven't actually cut up any metal. I have 1 piece of scrap metal and that's it. Okay. Alright, that's 4 pieces. Let's see how much we can get out of that. Also, we're not going to be able to put much on the fire until some time passes. So that'll give us a moment to chop up some shelves. And also, hang on. We're going to eat this acceptable bannock. It's so funny to me. It's acceptable. It's completely acceptable that we're going to eat that. Speaking of that, we can also do some additional cooking while we're here. Only, I might hold off on that because I think the first activity I might partake in here is going to involve... it's just going to take more time. So let's drink some water, because I think we might be about to chop up some shelves. Alright, that's 225, and we're not going to be able to add anything to this fire at the moment. So let's step to this metal shelf. Yep. 3 hours. Love that. Love everything about it. Okay. But it'll give me what I need. Okay. Drink some more water. Now we need to get this thing a little hotter, but not too much hotter. So we still have 6 pieces of coal, and the forge is hot enough. Perfect. Let's go ahead and drop these on the ground. Don't need them. I want to pick up these survival manuals because it turns out I can, in fact, use them. And now... Oh my god, 4 hours. Okay, we need... So we've got, looks like, everything we need for the hatchet and the knife, which is perfect. I just want to make sure that I am good to go food-wise before I do this. It's gonna take some time. And also, the fire... Yeah, need to be mindful of the fire, too. Alright, so let's start with the hatchet. We'll take 4 hours. Nice. Wasn't as bad as I thought. So I do want to drink a little bit of water. We're not going to be able to get much out of this. But before I wrap up this episode, what do we have? 4 hours, 48 minutes? Perfect. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, this is actually working out pretty nicely. I'm going to go ahead and make this knife. The sun is rising. I still would like to try and get an arrowhead out of this fire if I can help it. We've got an hour and 46 minutes left here. Yep, we've got some daylight, which means it'll be easier for me to chop things up in here as needed. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and step outside, having made those 2 very important tools.
Surrounded by snow.
Step back inside for that save point. And in the next episode, I am going to try and make a couple of arrowheads before I leave. We will have to find a kind of creative way to get to like keep the fire going without using coal, because I don't want to use that coal if I can help it. But I think the rest of the metal that I need is pretty much here, and I don't have to chop up another shelf. I can chop up some of these locker doors, for example. Like this would take an hour and 30 minutes, and it would give me all the metal that I need. So we'll work on that next episode, and then we will probably head out of Desolation Point. There are a few other locations I want to check for a potential bedroll, and also just for supplies. But staying in one place, even though there are beds nearby, is generally not advisable at the moment. So I'm going to avoid that at all costs, especially given that we still have the ability to eat as much as we are able to eat. We haven't gotten any affliction on our stomach yet, which I was honestly kind of expecting. It's a very common second affliction, but we have rheumatic joints instead of diminished, or instead of the name of the other one is escaping me at the moment. I think it's sour stomach. Yeah, that's what it is, sour stomach. So, lots to do and more misery to come. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes drop at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every day but Wednesday. And comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.